Indigenous people right now in this day and age specifically. But they're like contributing to like the killing of the entire earth. And so when we're looking at like marriages as being like made as a source for consumerism, it's like a direct evil for like killing the earth, like marriage specifically.
That's the moral of the story. You're killing the earth when you get married.
Decolonize marriage.
Seriously though, like, I mean, it's a very big, very integral part of a much larger puzzle of how do we control people. And I do believe that, like, currently in today's society, like a giant means of control is keeping people relatively happy and distracted by giving them stuff to buy, which is an economic engine, which drives capitalism, which is the heart of the empire that has colonialized the earth. And so here we are, and, you know, a lot of us want to have like a beautiful fairy tale wedding, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but it is a piece of a much larger puzzle. And that's what we are here to tell you all about and to make you feel bad for all of your decisions, people.
Yeah. So now that we introed it, the rest of our episode is going to be going deeper into these topics. And so settle in because we're about to get into it. And I'm,
Yeah, I feel like we could really
I'm just kidding.
I feel like we could honestly take like any of the smaller bits that we've been discussing and do a whole episode on them because
oh yeah, totally.
There's
we could do it on the wedding industry. We could do it on, but I mean, this is a sex podcast, so we're talking specifically about.
We didn't talk much about sex here. Oops.
But we did, though. I mean, marriage, like I said, is tied to sex, controlling the opposite sex, controlling, and so all of this is tied to like, and these ideas are important to understand when we're looking at a bunch of the other topics that we have coming up. So,
but like I want to say again, anyone listening who wants to get married for, good reasons that are healthy for you, and you want to have like a giant awesome wedding, like, I mean, do it. Like, do you, by all means. We're not trying to make you live life the way that we approve of, but it is important to
invite me to your gay damn the man wedding. I want to go to that.
If I ever do have a wedding, I want it to just be an awesome party. Like, totally. I don't have any desire to get married just to be married. So my basic, my bottom line when it comes to getting married is I don't want to do it unless I am in a position where I can throw a bomb-ass party for as many people as I can. And right now, and actually for my entire adult life so far, I've been way too poor to throw that wedding. So it hasn't happened, and I'm fine with that.
No, it will. This podcast is going to make us so rich, and we'll have a big polycule wedding.
We're going to get so rich by tearing apart the patriarchy and capitalism and people's dreams. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
American dream. Tearing apart the American dream.
Seriously, people, buy our merch if we have any when you hear this. At this moment in time, we do not, but maybe by the time you hear this podcast, we will.
Yeah.
So buy our merch. Because as much as we like to rag on capitalism, we still do live in a capitalist system, and we do need money to survive. So thanks.
So what are we going to talk about next time?
Oh, womanhood. Concepts of femininity and womanhood. Oh, boy. We can just keep having this conversation, basically, and just get into the womanhood part of it.
Yeah, it's almost like we planned it to flow seamlessly into the next episode, which we didn't.
Which we would never do. Because we like to make things hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Come back next time where we're going to talk about womanhood and femininity and what the hell that means to us and in America right now and in the past and in other cultures if, we have time to talk about all that stuff. So thank you for listening to Hourgasm, the podcast where we talk about decolonizing sexuality. I always say sex, and then I mean to say sexuality. And so I'm like, sexuality. And gender. I am Lynsey G.
And I am Lenny P.
And we'll talk to you next time. Ciao.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Let our love be a flame, not an ember. Say it's me that you want to dismember. Blacken my eye, set fire to my tie as we dance to the masochism tango. At your command, before you here I stand. My heart is in my hand. Ugh. It's here that I must be. My heart entreats, just hear those savage beats, and go put on your cleats and come and trample me. Your heart is hard as stone or mahogany. That's why I'm in such exquisite agony. My soul is on fire, it's aflame with desire, which is why I perspire when we tango. You caught my nose in your left castanet, love. I can feel the pain yet, love, every time I hear drums. And I envy the rose that you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gums. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash that you made with your lash as we dance to the masochism tango. Bash in my brain and make me scream with pain, then kick me once again and say we'll never part. I know too well I'm underneath your spell, so darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Excuse me. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine as we dance to the masochism tango.